Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you had to make a hard choice that could potentially alter your life? Picture this. You're standing at a crossroads, each path leading to a different outcome. These moments, these decisions, are the pivot points in our lives, the junctures that determine our journey. Decision-making is not just a part of life, it's the essence of it. Every choice, no matter how big or small, has the potential to shape our destiny. We are the sum of our decisions, and each one can ripple out, creating waves of change. Today, we're going to put you to the test with a unique personality quiz. This is no ordinary test. It's composed of 10 of the most difficult decisions you could ever face. These are the choices that reveal who we really are deep down, what we value, and how we navigate the challenging seas of life. So get ready to dive deep into your psyche and confront your decision-making skills. Are you prepared to face some of the hardest decisions ever? Well, it's time to dive right in. In this test, we will present you with a series of challenging choices. Each question will lay out a difficult situation, and you'll have to decide what you would do in that scenario. The aim here isn't to stress you out, but rather to make you think, to probe the corners of your personality that you might not often visit. As we navigate these dilemmas, try to keep track of your responses. You might find it enlightening to look back on them once we're done. And a little word of encouragement: be honest. This is a judgment-free zone. Your answers are for you and you alone. They are a mirror reflecting your values, your priorities, your innermost self. Remember, there are no right or wrong answers. It's all about your personal choice. Brace yourself as we are about to dive into the first 3 questions. Question 1. Imagine you've stumbled upon a magical lamp housing a genie. The genie offers you 2 choices. You can either choose to live forever or choose to have unlimited wealth until the end of your natural life. Which would you pick? Mull it over, imagine the implications of each choice and decide. Done? Excellent. Let's move on to the second question. Question 2. You find yourself in a predicament. You can either choose to save the life of one person you deeply love, or save the lives of 100 strangers. What's your pick? Take a moment. Consider the weight of both choices and then make your decision. Got it? Fantastic. Let's proceed to the third question. Question 3. You are at a fork in your life's path. One path leads to guaranteed mediocrity, but absolute happiness. The other leads to potential greatness, but with a high chance of unhappiness. Which path would you take? Ponder it. Imagine walking down each path and decide. Well, there you have it. The first 3 of the hardest choices you'd ever have to make. These questions are not meant to be easy. They are designed to make you pause, think, and delve deep into your psyche. They reveal not just your choices but the values and priorities that underlie those choices. Remember, there are no right or wrong answers here. Each choice you make is a reflection of who you are, your beliefs, and your perspective towards life. Well done! You've made it through the first round of tough decisions. Ready for more? Let's navigate through the next set of questions. Question 4 on our list is a real brain teaser. Imagine you have the power to rewind time. You can go back to any point in your life and change one thing. What would that be? Would you choose to alter a major life event, or would you adjust a tiny detail that could potentially change your present? This question measures your level of contentment with your past and your inclination towards change. Now, let's move on to question 5. It's a bit on the philosophical side. You've been given the ability to read minds, but there's a catch. You can only use it once. Whose mind would you choose to read, and why? This question gauges your curiosity and your priorities when it comes to understanding others. Finally, question 6. Picture this. You're stranded on a deserted island. You can choose one companion to be stranded with you. Who would it be? Would you choose someone practical who could help you survive? Or would you choose someone you love to make the experience less lonely? This question probes your survival instinct and your emotional needs. Each of these questions is designed to make you think deeply about your values, your desires, and your fears. Remember, there are no right or wrong answers. It's all about introspection and understanding what makes you, you. So take a moment, breathe, and think about your answers. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. It's important to be honest with yourself during this test. The more truthful you are, the more accurate the results will be. And there you have it. You've made it halfway through the test. These questions are designed to be challenging, but remember, they're also meant to be enlightening. This is a journey of self-discovery, and every step you take brings you closer to understanding yourself better. You're halfway through the test, keep going! Are you ready to face the final set of questions? We're about to dive into the final 4 conundrums. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer here, just an opportunity to explore the depths of your own personality. With each question, try to make your choice instinctively, without overthinking. Let's get started. Question 7. You're offered a deal. You can live 1,000 years with neither love nor friendship, or live 100 years full of love and friendships. Which would you choose? 1,000 years of solitude or 100 years with love and companionship? Let's move on to question 8. Imagine you have the power to eradicate one thing from the world completely. Would you choose to eliminate all forms of disease, or would you get rid of all forms of prejudice and discrimination? Remember, you can only choose one. Question 9. Imagine you're at a crossroads. One path leads to a life where you're incredibly wealthy, but you must always be on the move, never settling down. The other path leads to a life of modest means, but you get to live in your dream home. Which path do you choose? The nomadic life of riches, or the settled life of simplicity? And finally, question 10. You discover a book that narrates your entire life, from beginning to end. Would you read it until the end, knowing every twist and turn of your destiny, or would you close the book, preferring to live your life with the element of surprise? And there you have it. You've made it to the end of this complex psychological journey. You've responded to some of the toughest choices ever, each question designed to reveal a different aspect of your personality. Congratulations, you've completed the test. Now let's find out what your choices say about you. Are you excited to discover what your answers reveal about your decision-making process? Let's dive in. If you found yourself making choices swiftly and with certainty, you likely lean towards decisive action. This suggests you're a confident person who trusts their gut instincts. You're not afraid to make tough calls, even when the stakes are high. You're driven, ambitious, and a natural leader. On the other hand, if you deliberated over each question, weighing the pros and cons, you're likely a thoughtful and analytical decision maker. You value information and prefer to thoroughly consider all options before making a choice. This indicates you're a careful, detail-oriented individual, perhaps with a scientific or logical mind. If you found yourself unable to make a choice in some scenarios, it might suggest you're a sensitive and empathetic individual. You might feel deeply about the potential consequences your decisions could have on others. This indicates you're a compassionate person with a big heart. For those who chose options that would benefit others over themselves, you likely have an altruistic personality. You find satisfaction in helping others, even if it comes at your own expense. This suggests you're a caring, generous person who values communal harmony over personal gain. And if you found yourself choosing options that prioritized your own interests, it doesn't necessarily mean you're selfish. It could indicate you have a strong sense of self-preservation and independence. You're probably a self-reliant person who knows how to stand up for your own needs and wants. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to make decisions. Every approach has its own strengths and weaknesses, and it's all about finding a balance that works for you. Your decision-making style is a unique part of who you are. It's shaped by your experiences, your values, and your personality. Remember, this is just a fun and insightful way to understand how you make decisions. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the depths of your decision-making psyche. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring your mind.